Hi everyone, it's John here for the Hand Sanities. Today I'm doing a special video in regards to all of the stories and talk regarding bullying recently, especially regarding the Amanda Todd case. First off, I want to start by saying, Amanda Todd, may you rest in peace. I hope that you are in a place now with yourself where you feel you are free from all the pain and the torture and the suffering. I feel sad that you had to take your own life to show people how terrible your situation was. And sometimes I know as a young person we feel like we are so we are in such a bad spot that we don't know what to do, and that ending it is the only option available. In recent years, a group called the Trevor Project and the It Gets Better Project popped up with all the gay teen suicides. And the reasonings behind the videos to show support is amazing. But I know one thing that they don't cover, that I know you've been going through, is that 5-10 years down the line, yeah, things will be great. It will get better. But right now, you're in so much pain and suffering and torture that you can't even see tomorrow. And I know for you, you felt like you just couldn't handle anymore, and this was the best option for you at the time. I'm so sorry that you had to do this. I'm so sorry that it came out this way, and, we are all with you now as you rest in peace, free of all this torture and pain and suffering. You looked like such a special young girl, and I'm so sad that more people in this world, like myself, did not get the chance to meet you and become your friend, because I just think it would have been awesome if people could have done that. Bullying is such a very difficult topic for a lot of people, because we can pretty much all say that at one point in time or another we have been bullied, directly or indirectly. Whether it was a face-to-face contact bullying, like being picked on at school, whether it was cyberbullying. Maybe you're like my favorite YouTuber, Casey Couture604, and you're being cyberbullied through your videos. People that are bringing so much hate into your videos and nasty comments and back-talking about you on websites, which, might I add, is completely disgusting and I think needs to stop, because as much as you don't realize it, it's cyberbullying. And I feel bad that it happens to people like him and other great YouTubers within the beauty community, the YouTube community in general. A lot of hate, and it needs to stop. Whether you have people ganging up on you on Facebook, or whether it's silent bullying, which I myself suffered a huge amount of. We don't hear a lot about it, but silent bullying is a bit different. It's not when they do it face to face, but they do it without you even, but they do it with you knowing you're being bullied, but there's nothing really they can do. For example, you're in class and there's a project being assigned and you need to go into groups of 3. Nobody wants to pick you. You're the person that has to go to the teacher and say, nobody wants to pick me for a group. And the teacher has to then make the awkward decision to find you a group and talk a kid into allowing you to be in their group. It's the fact that you're the last one picked for kickball, and you're only picked because, well, the teacher says everybody has to play. It's the fact that you're the only kid in the class that doesn't get invited to a kid's 7th or 8-year-old birthday party. It's the fact that you feel left out in every bloody social group you've ever felt you could have been part of. And it's basically people's way of bullying you and making you feel like crap without them actually having to get in trouble for something. You know, it's the non-physical bullying. You know, it's the fact that they don't have to type a nasty comment to you. They can do it this way and still make you feel the same piece of shit like you are. Like you feel, sorry. It hurt me so much because I had the face-to-face bullying. I grew up in a generation where we didn't have cyberbullying because by the time the internet came along in the late 90s, early millennium, I was already in senior high school, and we didn't have Facebook till I graduated high school. So, you know, I was lucky in that way that I got to skip that bit. But even as an adult, you can be bullied at work. You can be bullied in general. You can be bullied from family members. You know, some call it domestic violence, but the fact is, it's still a form of bullying. The fact is, it's physical, and you're being picked on, and you're being tormented. Domestic violence is a form of bullying, and it all needs to stop. The buck stops here. I hope that with all these stories that have been coming out recently, that it's going to get the politicians off their lazy, overpaid ass to get on the ball and do something about it. Having a politician stand up in the House of Commons or the legislature in your province and make a 5-second speech about how you feel bad about something and have them all clap for it or bang on their table or whatever they do is not going to cut it. Take your overpaid lazy ass and do something about it. Create laws. Enforce these laws. Get people to start realizing what's going on and that it's becoming an epidemic. You know? To quote somebody famous, I can't remember who started this, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." Maybe you may feel that way, but you know what? Words do hurt. And they cause people like Amanda Todd, like, you know, Tyler Rutgers, like these people who go and kill themselves because they feel they've got nothing left. They feel they've been pushed to the point because of words, because of hatred, because of things people have done to drive them to commit suicide. You know? And as much as we don't want to know, we don't want to realize it's happening in your community. It's happening in every community. And your kid's probably not going to talk about it. The kid who's being bullied is probably not going to bring it out. But when you are standing over your child's grave, or your friend's grave, you know, or a family member's grave, and you're bawling your eyes out in sadness, the problem is you only have yourself to blame for not standing up and seeing the problem. You have to start by noticing the signs. If you know somebody in your family, or a child, or a friend, or a family member that seems out of sorts, take action now. If you know somebody's being bullied and harassed, don't feel like you have to hide away from it. Stand up for them. Go talk to a teacher, the principal, and don't stop till something gets done and dealt with. The fact is, they need to know that you're there to support them. Not only have I been bullied in my life, my best friend Av, aka P-Chiff, I'll link her channel in the description box below, has been bullied as well. And the fact is, at the time, I was not her friend. We never met until senior high school, but by that time, pretty much most of her bullying had been done, and the pain had already been inflicted. Sometimes I wish I could have been there to help her, and I wish she could have been there to help me. You know, it's almost like you feel like friends you have now, that you wish you could have been there for each other back in the day when all this pain and suffering was happening. Because honestly, I would have stood up for her, and I know she probably would have stood up for me. I know that both of us are different people than who we were in high school. I'm different, and I can totally see her, a change from when she was 16 to now being 27. I totally see a new change in her, and in myself. And I just wish that back then we had more support to deal with it, you know? People wonder, now it's easier to bully, but you know what? It was a lot easier to do it right to your face back then. Now they're just getting more creative and doing it online. They're doing it behind your back. They're doing it when you're not watching, you know? And it's really taking a toll on the lives of people in general. And it needs to stop. So please help me in supporting the stoppage of bullying everywhere. And I hope everyone will take this seriously and get on their politicians' butts and tell them to get off in their butts and do something about it, because something needs to be done. It's a serious epidemic, and as much as we don't want to announce that, it's going to happen. Now, I know people could sit there and probably diss me in my video and my channel, and you can go right ahead, because you know what? I am more than higher than above that. And I also wanted to finally say that people who seem to have the time to sit around on their computer and hate on others like that, you know, and call people losers, are probably going to end up being one themselves. Because you think, if you're doing nothing with your life now, because yes, bullying and cyberbullying and picking on people online, in my opinion, is doing nothing with your life, then most likely 10 years down the line, because you've done nothing now, you're going to end up doing nothing later. And when you're smoking pot and doing drugs and wearing your stripper clothes or wearing your douchebag outfit, you know, and walking the streets asking for pennies because you've done nothing with your life and you're a complete piece of shit, karma's a bitch and it's going to eat you in the ass. And the people who stood up for themselves and fought hard and worked hard in school and focused and did great things back then and didn't get involved in things like bullying are probably going to be successful. Because you know what? That's all right. That's okay. Honey, you're going to pump my gas one day. Just saying. Hashtag. So, do something with your life. Be a great person. Stand up against bullying. And if you see something happening, stop it. Don't let it happen. And make sure it doesn't happen again. One love, peace. I love you guys so much. So thank you, and please comment, rate, subscribe, like, and favorite this video. I love you so much, and I'll definitely be back on with more amazing videos soon. Ta-ta!